Let's take a stand for freedom and for this country that we love so we can continue to celebrate all that we hold dear. Join me now in welcoming your next U.S. Senator, Herschel Walker.
Former Democrat Congresswoman and 2020 presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard, who currently serves as Lieutenant Colonel in the Army Reserves as well, joins me here in New York in studio. Tulsi, it's great to see you. And we're happy to be joined by the man she just introduced earlier today. And I believe the first time he's ever been on the Ingraham angle, tisk tisk, Herschel Walker. It's so great to have you on. Herschel, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you.
Now, Herschel, I have a confession to make. I'm a big Alabama fan. Okay, sorry, but I'm a big Alabama fan. That's my first confession.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Everyone make mistakes. You're going to overcome it. Don't worry about it.
I knew you were going to say that. All right, Herschel, let me start with you, though, because you've been campaigning at this unbelievable pace. Now, what are you hearing from the folks that you've been encountering ahead of Tuesday? Is it the personal scandals? Is it the economy? Is it crime? What is it?
Well, people are talking about this inflation. They're talking about the crime. They're talking about this border wide open. And that's what Senator Warnock do not want to talk about. What now he want to mislead people. He want to lie to the people. And I want people to know that put me in office. I'm going to help to reduce your taxes. I'm going to help to get this border under control. And I'm also going to try to get men out of women's sports, whereas Reverend Warnock voted to put men in women's sports. And I hope that they saw the debate and they saw then who can be a senator today. And that's Herschel Walker.
All right. And Tulsi, now, not only have you been campaigning for Herschel in Georgia, you were in New Hampshire for Bolduc. You've been crisscrossing the nation. Again, the Democrats are running on January 6th, abortion, and Greeniac policies, I guess, saving the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand what their strategy is at this point. It really confounds me.
Whatever it is, it's out of touch with what everyday Americans are looking for in their leaders right now all across the country, both in these statewide races and these federal races. And that's what I've been hearing from a lot of people is they're just hearing a lot of smears and lies and attacks coming from the Democrats, but not really what do they stand for? What record can they stand on? Because they can't. There's nothing but these radical so-called woke policies that they're trying to push on the people. And the people are saying, no, we're not going to let you take over raising our kids for us. Parents are really, really concerned about this across the country. We're not going to let you to continue to make our communities less safe. The border's a real issue. I was with Myra Flores down in McAllen on the border, went with her and her husband, and we saw the gaps in the wall where they stopped building and heard from those agents what they're dealing with on a daily basis that actually poses a threat to our country's security. So these are the issues that are so important. These are the issues that candidates like Herschel Walker are addressing and talking about what they will do on day one in the U.S. Senate.
Now, Herschel, we've had a huge shift of women voters to the GOP in the last several weeks. Crime is one of the major issues, but the cost of living is also the other one. How important is it for Republicans to really try to appeal to other demographic groups? Obviously, suburban women, so important. But African Americans, who've traditionally been thought of as wedded to the Democrat Party, pretty much no matter what. How important has been that to your appeal?
Well, it's very important. It's important because we're all people here. And I think one thing that we've done is we've let people on the left get in office and try to separate people. They try to separate you because of the color of your skin. The guy I'm running against, Raphael Warnock, in his church, he speaks about separation. He talks about America need to apologize for its whiteness. He talks about the problem America has is racism. Well, I think we're good people. We have our problems, but we can get those problems taken care of. In the Bible I read, God doesn't talk about the color of your skin. He talks about your heart. That's what I want people to get back to, worrying about their heart, worrying about this country. And as they always say, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country.
Yeah, we've forgotten first principles, Tulsi. There are so many of your former colleagues in the House of Representatives, like Seth Moulton and others, who are saying, well, you're selling out your principles. You're going to campaign for these Republicans. I see a Democrat Party that I don't recognize.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a party of JFK and FDR, but you're the sellout?
Yeah, it's sad, you know, to hear people like him say that, because really what the Democrat Party leaders have sold out is the promise that they made to uphold and defend the Constitution, the promise that they made to protect and stand up for the freedom of every one of us as Americans. And that is the main reason why I left the Democrat Party, because this party is not only not defending our freedom, they are taking every opportunity to attack it, to silence and censor those of us who challenge or differ in views that they are pushing. They are hostile towards people of faith and spirituality, attacking every bit of our God-given rights enshrined in the Constitution. And for them to choose partisan politics over standing up for the foundation of this country when it is under threat by those in power, every American, I hope, takes notice of that as they're looking at who they're going to go and vote for. It's not about party. We're talking about the future of this country and our ability to continue to live
our freedom
in a free country. Exactly.
Yeah, our freedom and pragmatism, our sovereignty. Yes. We're not a country if we don't have a border.
That's right.
As Herschel was saying. And Herschel, an opinion contributor from USA Today, called you the black puppet of the GOP in an article today, okay? I work for Clarence Thomas. One of my favorite people on the whole face of the planet is Justice Thomas. They said similar things about him. The elites still don't believe that if you're African American, you can be conservative. They'll call you an Uncle, an Uncle Tom. They'll do all the usual stuff. Is this racist, what they're saying about you? Do you consider it racist?
Well, it is racist, but it doesn't bother me because this seat is much more important than name calling. And they're not going to hurt my feelings because I see so much crime out on the streets. They're not going to hurt my feelings because they've ruined this economy. They're not going to hurt my feelings because this border is wide open. They're putting men and women's sports. What hurt my feeling and the biggest threat to this democracy is to have Joe Biden in the White House. The biggest threat to democracy is to have Senator Warnock out there. They have Senator Warnock voting to put men and women's sports. That's the biggest threat to democracy because we get a chance to vote. And because we get that chance to vote, we can get them out of office. And that's what we got to do right now, because if we don't get them out of office, we will not recognize this country after November.
Tulsi and Herschel, it's great to see both of you. And Herschel, maybe we'll see you in the national championship, okay? Just maybe. All right, Herschel Walker, thanks so much. And